My dear, I love you deeply, more than words can ever express, but even more than that, I hold a profound respect for you. Love, in its truest form, is built on the foundation of mutual respect, and for me, your comfort and consent are more important than anything else in this world. I never want to be the reason behind your discomfort. I never want you to feel pressured, confused, or cornered, especially in matters of the heart. Every choice you make, every boundary you set, is important to me, and I will always honor it. True love isn't about demanding or expecting, it's about understanding and supporting. Lately, I've been observing a disturbing trend in the world around us. I don't know exactly what you think about it, but I want to share my thoughts with you honestly and from the heart. I believe that many people from the younger generation are becoming increasingly misguided when it comes to the meaning and depth of love. It seems that love has been reduced to a transaction or a checklist, where physical intimacy takes precedence over emotional connection. When two people meet for the first time, often just for a casual date, there is already an expectation of getting physical. If not full intimacy, then at least a kiss, a sign of something real. It's as if the entire idea of a second date depends on whether that initial spark involved some form of physical affection. What saddens me is how rushed everything has become. People no longer take the time to truly understand the person sitting across from them. The joy of discovering someone's thoughts, dreams, values, and fears is often skipped. Instead, attention is focused on what they can gain from the relationship physically. If one person expresses hesitation, if they say they're not ready or they want to take things slow, they are often judged, dismissed, or left behind. As a result, many people feel pressured to do things they are not emotionally ready for, simply out of fear that they'll lose the other person if they don't. And that's heartbreaking. Love should never be something that brings stress, guilt, or discomfort. It should never feel like a race or a competition. Love, in its truest and most beautiful form, is about peace, comfort, patience, and trust. I often find myself missing the kind of love that was once cherished by past generations, a love that was rooted in emotional connection rather than instant gratification. There was a time when two people could go years without meeting face to face, yet remain deeply in love through heartfelt letters and unwavering loyalty. Back then, love was about waiting. It was about believing in someone's heart, not just their touch. Today, it sometimes feels like love has become a performance, something people show off rather than feel deeply. Social media plays a role in this too. Relationships are judged based on photos, displays of affection, or how quickly they escalate. But love isn't a show. It's not about how fast you move or how romantic your posts look. It's about building something that lasts, something that brings comfort even in silence. When we truly love someone, we must also commit to knowing them deeply. We should care enough to learn about what brings them joy, what makes them laugh, what fears they carry, and what experiences shaped them. We should care enough to ask, to listen, and to understand. Building a strong foundation means becoming best friends before anything else. It means sharing thoughts, ideas, vulnerabilities, and dreams. And only when that emotional bond is strong, can the physical connection truly be meaningful. Sometimes I feel a strong urge to speak out to the younger generation, to say, take your time. There is no need to rush. Love is not going anywhere. But in today's world, people are too quick to react and too reluctant to listen. They listen only to respond, not to understand. Everyone is in such a hurry to feel something that they often forget to ask themselves whether what they're feeling is real or just convenient. Still, I hope that maybe, just maybe, this message will reach someone. Even if it changes one person's perspective, that's a start. Maybe someone will pause and reconsider what love truly means to them. Maybe someone will wait an extra day, week, or month before rushing into something they're not ready for. Maybe, through one changed heart, a ripple effect will begin. I want people to know the real beauty of love, not the shallow kind, but the kind that grows with time, patience, and mutual respect. To experience true love, we must be willing to slow down. We must be willing to put in the effort to know someone's soul before we touch their body. And above all, we must be willing to honor consent, boundaries, and emotional readiness every single time. That's how love thrives. That's how love becomes real. It's strange, almost surreal, how even after being apart from you for so long, the universe still finds ways to remind me of you. It's as if something bigger than me refuses to let your memory fade. Today, I experienced one of those odd little moments again. I was heading out for some work, sitting in the passenger seat while my friend drove. My eyes were glued to my phone, scrolling mindlessly, lost in thought. Suddenly, the car jolted to a stop. There was something in the road that forced us to halt for just a second. Out of instinct, I looked up from my screen, and as I turned to my right, there it was, your name. Clear, simple, and almost haunting. And the moment I saw it, the car started moving again, as if the universe had made me pause just to witness that sign. I smiled faintly. But along with that smile came a quiet sadness I couldn't shake off. I missed you. I missed you more than I expected to in that moment. A part of me felt an urge to call you, to hear your voice, to feel some kind of connection again, even if just for a few minutes. Lately, I've been noticing the number 222 appearing frequently in my life. At first, I brushed it off as coincidence, but now it happens so often that I've begun to wonder if it's a sign. Maybe it's the universe nudging me, whispering something I don't fully understand. Perhaps it's pointing to this deep, spiritual connection that I've always felt between us, one that still lingers despite time, distance, and silence. It's been so long since we had a real conversation, one of those hours-long talks that we used to get lost in. I miss that. I miss talking to you like that. I keep imagining what it would be like to ask you how you've been, to hear about your life, your thoughts, your little daily joys or struggles. There's a lot I want to know, a lot I wish you'd tell me. I don't like this distance we've built between us. It feels heavy, like an invisible wall I didn't mean to help create. Sometimes I wonder if you've forgotten about me. It's been so long, after all. These days, I know nothing about you, what you're doing, how you're feeling, or even where you are in life. I don't know if you've moved on, if someone else has stepped into your heart. And truthfully, if you have, I wouldn't blame you. You're a remarkable person, full of light and warmth, and you deserve to be happy in every way possible. But even knowing that, there's a stubborn part of me that still hopes you think of me now and then. I hope, in quiet moments, you wonder how I'm doing. I hope there are times you miss me too, even if just briefly. I know it sounds selfish, and maybe it is, but I miss you deeply. I miss the way we used to be, our conversations, our laughter, the comfort we found in each other's presence. I don't even know if you still have the same phone number. Sometimes I hesitate to send a message, wondering if you'll even see it, or if it'll go unanswered. We've been apart for a long time, but no matter how far we drift, I find myself revisiting the memories we made. They come back unexpectedly, your laugh, the way you'd look at me when words weren't needed, the feeling of peace I used to find in your company. Sometimes, I imagine running into you by chance. Maybe at a coffee shop, or while walking down a familiar street. In that moment, I'd look at you, and you'd recognize me instantly. We'd talk, not just the polite, distant kind of talk, but real conversation. I'd ask you if I still hold a small corner of your heart, even now. I don't know what exactly I want from you, and maybe that's why this feeling is so hard to put into words. I just know that I don't want to be a stranger in your life. I don't want us to pass each other like people who never meant anything. More than anything, I want to be able to talk to you again. Freely, comfortably, without awkwardness or fear. I want us to have a connection, even if it looks different now than it did before. I want a relationship that's warm and cordial, rooted in respect and maybe even a little nostalgia. Because the truth is, I still care. A part of me always will. And no matter where life has taken you, or where it's taken me, I carry you with me. In memories, in thoughts, in the quiet moments when the world pauses just long enough for your name to appear.